I wanted to review this organic nomenclature question because I know they can kind of get tricky, right? We went through a lot of rules, but I want you to see that the rules stay the same. It just kind of changes based on what is the most important thing. And so when we started with alkenes, our branches were the most important thing because that's all we had. When we went to alkenes, the double bond became the most important feature because that's what we had. And then now that we're incorporating functional groups, we're going to see that functional groups are the most important feature. And so because of that, we want to count these chains in a way that get us to the functional group with the lowest number possible. And so let's try that for this first one here. Right, first we can identify the longest chain and we can kind of see, right, here is my longest chain. And now to count that in a way that gets us to the functional group with the lowest number possible, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a look. We've got our alcohol on the third carbon and an ethyl group on the fifth carbon. So putting that all together, I would agree with the name that's shown here, right? 5-ethyl, right? You could say 3-heptane. Right? We have an alcohol, so we're going to drop the E and we're going to add OL to indicate we have an alcohol there. That is the older way of naming it, and the program should accept that, right? It should also accept, right, 5-ethyl heptane 3-ol, where that 3 still pertains to the alcohol and the 5 pertains to the ethyl group. We'll try the next one and see what we come up with. All right, again, we want to find the longest continuous carbon chain that contains our alcohol. Putting that all together, we want to name this from the right, number it from the right, because we want our alcohol to have the lowest number possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So again, I agree with the name that's presented, right? Because we have a methyl group on the second, the fourth, and the sixth position. So I would say 2, 4, 6 trimethyl. 7 carbons is heptane, and our alcohol's on the second carbon. So 2-heptanol, right? Again, in the older style of naming it, but that's fine. All right, now let's get to our last one here. We're going to figure out our longest carbon chain that contains our alcohol. So we would say 1, 2, well, we'll find the longest carbon chain first. And then we're going to name this, we're going to number this from the left because we want our alcohol to have the lowest number possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so here I happen to find a discrepancy with the name given. Let me just make sure I didn't make a mistake. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, I counted it correctly. So putting that together, we would say, okay, on the third carbon, I have an ethyl group. On the fifth carbon, I have a methyl group. So we would say 3-ethyl, 5-methyl. And then, yes, our alcohol is on the first carbon. So we would just say 1-octanol. So there's one discrepancy here, right here. The naming seemed to think there was 9 carbons in this chain. There are only 8 carbons in this chain because our first carbon is right here and it's connected to this alcohol. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 carbons in the chain, making this 3-ethyl, 5-methyl, 1-octanol. Again, we put the branches in that order because ethyl alphabetically comes before methyl. So hopefully that helps with this nomenclature. Again, the rules are very similar. We always want to have what's most important, have the lowest number possible. Just what's most important depends on, are we talking about alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, or then something with a functional group. So hopefully that helps with tonight's homework.